Good evening. The Georgetown School Committee meeting of Thursday, April 28th, 2011 is called to order. I'm trying to go slow.
No, we'll just get it.
Up first is the consent agenda, which includes the approval of the regular session minutes of April 14th, 2011, and the acceptance of warrants 44P11 and 43V11. Is there anything the committee wishes to remove from the consent agenda? All right. Chair will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion, a second, any discussion? There being none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Up next, our student rep, Daniel Shores.
All right. So the week before last, the third quarter ended, and last week was April vacation, and the chorus and band had a great time in Disney. The chorus sang a concert in Epcot, Melody Gardens, and the band marched down Main Street in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
And both of them had a great, fantastic time. And speaking of Disney, some of the DECA students are going down tomorrow for their national competition. So they're all equally excited about that. And some of the juniors and seniors are getting ready for AP tests starting next week. So that's intense
nerve-wracking,
studying.
right?
Yeah. So yep, everyone's either on edge or having a good time this weekend.
Excellent. Very nice. All right. Moving on to audiences. Is there anyone? There's none. All right.
Come on, Laura.
Let's move on. It's a sad night for us because two of our members are leaving us. It's their last meeting. And
Sad
I'm
as
glad
a
you could make it.
Sad as a matter of perspective.
Well, sad for us, maybe
Sure.
sad for us.
Right.
Sad for, yeah.
But starting with Eric, it's been 3 great years.
5 minutes.
Having you here. Your enthusiasm brought a lot of life back to the committee. I
Yes,
think.
that's
You always asked the tough questions. You were always there for supporting everybody, and always had the best interests of the schools at heart.
Absolutely.
And
You'll be missed.
we will sincerely miss you.
Well, I'm sincerely going to miss all of you. It's been an honor serving on this committee and serving with each one of you, and I have the utmost respect for all of your dedication and hard work, and I'd like to thank all of you. Superintendent, thank you. Terry, thank you. Laura, all the principals, Dave, Kristen. I really appreciate all that you do. We're really lucky as a community to have you. We truly, truly are. So, Dan, sorry, didn't mean that. But I leave this. It was a tough decision for me not to run for re-election. I just felt with my travel schedule of 100 days a year or so, it was the best thing for my family at this time. But I think we've got a lot of hard work ahead of us, and I'm not just walking away. I'm going to continue to support and be part of our challenge of giving the kids the best education we can possibly give them. I don't feel we owe them a good education. I think we owe them a great education. So I'll be doing what I can behind the scenes to get us towards that goal, and I'll be rooting you guys on. So thank you. Thanks for all you do.
Well, we'll miss you. Excuse me, George. Sorry.
Start doing hugs.
Oh, yeah, I know. We know how you love that.
No
George.
hug.
Oh, yeah.
That reminds you of when I did that to the selectmen that time, right, George?
No, FinCom.
FinCom. Yeah.
I remember saying, John needs a hug.
John needs a hug, and I gave him a hug. I didn't know him. I was even hired. I mean, I guess I was basically hired. Gave him a hug. I think George was shocked. So was he.
Oh, he was shocked.
Well, up next we have George. And it has been 9+ long years. And I had a big long list of all the accomplishments that I at least knew of, and some that I had Laura do some research on, but I actually started tearing up, so I'm not doing that.
That's better. Thank you.
Suffice it to say that your dedication and your integrity is something that will not soon be forgotten by this board and by the people of this town, because you really have given Georgetown and the students of this town your all for 9 years, and I really don't know what we're going to do without you.
You're the historian amongst the
history
group,
piece.
right?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I appreciate
everything.
that.
And I don't have anything else to say other than that you will be sincerely missed.
That's absolutely true.
Well, I go on a bittersweet note. I'd like to think that our students are better off than they were 9 years ago, and the answer is no. I feel that we haven't been able to provide them with the resources that we needed to adequately give them a great education, like Eric said. So from my standpoint, that was the downside of all this. The upside is we've been able to bring the school district back to the people. We've been transparent. We've introduced zero-based budgeting as far as accountability. We put every single expenditure out to the public. We've answered almost every question. We've been diligent in negotiations. We've responded to almost every reasonable request. And I think we've shed ourselves of the, let's see, when I first got elected, we were called the Rubber Stamp Committee. So I think we moved on from that, and we've gotten into a sense of professionalism and respect. And bringing our students back into the fold is huge, making this position more active. And I really appreciate Dan and the ones who have preceded him, and for Dan going public on his letter to the editor.
Yeah, that
Was one of my all-time favorites, by the way, and that's a memorable moment. And my fondest memories are always graduation. It's shaking the sweaty palms
Yep.
of our students. I must have signed, I don't know, close to 1,000 diplomas, and looking in their eyes, and they thought they had it all figured out, and in reality, we knew they didn't. And you're going to be taking that journey soon. But it's been an honor. It's been an honor to serve this community, and I wish we could have done more, but we still have a lot more ahead of us.
We do.
So I'll be active behind the scenes, and I'm not going away. I'm still going to be a big mouth, and I'm still going to challenge those who continue to antagonize us, and I will continue to promote those who support us. So I want to thank
That's all
you.
we can ask. And we need to thank Laura, too, for allowing him to give us all of this time.
And I do have one comment to make to our school committee secretary, Laura. Next time, before you ask for the policy manual, you might want to wait for the body to get cold. I just want to throw that out there. Oh, thank you.
You should, well,
You have to open that.
Yeah, you have
Yeah,
to
you
open
have to
that.
open it.
It's not a
Can I
choice.
now?
you
Yes,
don't have to
now.
read the card now, but you have to open
I
the
don't read cards.
box.
Oh, God.
I wrote that card.
Any
You
more
better
than he
read it.
reads
You
emails,
just have to rip it
right?
off.
Or answers
Sideways.
phone messages.
So how does this go?
Just pull these sides off.
Really?
Made it difficult.
Why'd you do this?
Well,
Like
we
my
didn't
grandmother,
originally
but-
have a
Would you
bow
like
on it, but we couldn't
Do we have
help.
scissors?
I have scissors.
I got it.
Oh, he got it.
I got it. Thank you, ma'am.
Lovely boss.
It's upside down?
We'll have to, it won't break, so you're all right.
It says fragile.
It's a little fragile. Laura wrapped it.
There it is.
His
I've been
fondest.
asking for this for 10 years. Oh, thank you
got it.
very much.
There we go, yay.
Better
My
late
gavel.
than never.
Come on, bang it once.
There it is. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Honorary chair for the rest of the
Thank
night,
you
right?
so much. Oh,
Oh, there you go. Good job.
I will read the card.
at some point.
All right.
I might hit the gavel.
And I was gonna say, can we use the gavel
In
tonight?
error.
Use the gavel to adjourn the
Kristen
meeting.
it? That's a good idea, yeah?
All right. We will move on to the administrative reports.
There are no administrative reports.
Does anyone have any questions about the superintendent's information for the committee? Alrighty then. We will move on to the financial report. Terry.
And in your packet, I gave a brief explanation of one of the warrant articles that is coming up before you at town meeting, which is, or before the town, which is a performance contract for energy services. And just very briefly, if you're not familiar with the way a performance contract works, essentially what happens is a company is selected through an RFQ process that has taken place already, and a company has been selected, and they come in and do what's called an investment grade audit of all of the energy using devices and the energy footprint, if you will, of the school district. From that, they propose, they determine cost savings that can be achieved from either installing new equipment, for example, new lights versus the older lights, which are more energy, higher energy use, or recommissioning some current equipment so that it just is upgraded and made more efficient. The idea is that the way you pay for those upgrades and changes is through the energy savings. So there is actually a bond that is floated that pays for all of these things, usually over a 10, I think a 15 years is the maximum. And the beauty of this is that the bond has to be paid for through the guaranteed savings by the company. If those guaranteed savings don't materialize, the company is on the hook for the difference. The town is never at risk. And these are a lot better than they used to be, because now, for example, in Massachusetts, the Department of Energy requires that there be an external annual audit to verify the savings. So it's not a situation where the town and the company argue back and forth, well, this savings, this is the real savings, no, we disagree with you. There's actually an independent audit that's performed every year, and that determines whether those savings were real or not. This is a win-win in the sense of we lower our energy footprint, we upgrade significant, particularly in the area of HVAC mechanical equipment, lighting equipment, and again, there's no additional funding that's required from the taxpayer to pay for this. And there are strong guarantees in place. I will tell you one thing about the current investment audit that will probably take place. We will, for the moment, probably not include the Pembroke School in the original audit, in the initial audit, because if indeed a proposal comes forward for either a renovation addition or new school and that is approved, these issues would be taken care of as part of that project. If that somehow changes, we can always go back and revisit that if need be down the road. Are there any questions?
I just have a comment. I like where this has gone. There were always those questions as far as how do you fund it and the barriers to entry, so I'm in support of this.
Absolutely. This is on the warrant. I forget
This
what
is on the-
number it is.
It's, yeah, I think it's on the memo here. It's
I wanna say
APM
Article
21.
Oh, it's way down there.
It's Article
It is
21.
Article 21, right.
Okay.
Article 21, and I think what I'm recommending to the committee is that you endorse the approval of the article.
Okay.
I'll make the motion at once.
I can make the motion. Chair will entertain a motion to endorse the performance contract energy service audit, or is it the whole plan?
Actually, I think if you simply move to endorse town meeting warrant Article 21, that will cover you.
There you go. Chair will entertain a motion to endorse our annual town meeting Article 21.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? There being none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.
Motion carries.
Excellent. You gotta do that every time.
Oh, gee, it's gonna christen
Every
his
time.
gavel.
Just don't break it.
That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted.
It's like at Christmas time, the one gift you really wanted.
All right, moving on to subcommittee reports, budget and finance. Ann?
I don't think we have anything to report at this time. No, there's really nothing that we've
No,
gone
we're
through.
working on 3-year projections,
Right.
right? We're
Yeah,
working on,
that's-
And
we're working
year-end.
on just making,
Yeah, next
monitoring
week
year
we're gonna meet and talk about 3-year projections year end and
and
Food
food service to
services.
determine if we need to look at lunch prices again.
we'll
we're all
also
set.
go through revolving accounts.
Okay. All right, governance, we met and we discussed a lot of things, but primarily is the, what we need to deal with is the honorary diploma discussion, which we'll have on old business. Negotiating, Dave is not here, but I think basically.
We're on hold.
We're on hold pending the vote.
Right.
Yep.
And that's it for that. So we will move on to old business, which is the update on the shared maintenance department. And in your packets, you have what we received last week. And I was hoping someone
The
would be
questions and
here.
answers.
Yeah, the questions and answers, and I know that.
Mike isn't in town, that's why
Mike's
he's
not in
here.
town, and I don't know where Sandy is, and I know that Phil is
Ill right now, yeah.
yes. You know, we asked a lot of questions. They did answer them, I think, as best they could. Some of the questions going forward that I have, you know, they can't really be answered. I can ask them later, but before I go on,
I have a couple of questions.
yeah, I would like to hear from everyone else.
Sorry, I need to jump in. Terry, with the historical actuals that we've spent.
Yes.
It says period 10 is are all the prior years through period 10 as well, or are they all full years?
Actually, they're all full years, but period 10 is what the current year actuals are.
Current year actuals, and so the current year budget of 934 is 12 months, right?
Yes.
And this is everything that we spend on maintenance, custodial,